Name Kevin St. Patrick. Nickname is Keys or Kevo. Superpower can make clones of himself in order to make more than just one copy of himself. He has to lock eyes with someone to turn them into a controlled duplicate of him. And when he's done, if he doesn't make you kill yourself, you become yourself again without a memory of what happened before he took control. Which is hard to avoid with his charismatic charm from street kid with asymmetrical views on God and bad. Born at Grand Hospital, raised in the D-Block area, made a name in the short north area, but really big out south, known associates Jay Money, Rich Stratton, and Jay with the finger, the mirror and the butcher. The deeper he dug, the closer he got to the king of the human trafficking syndicate. A man who treated human lives like ledger entries the night of his kidnapping. Kevin wasn't just beaten, he was dismantled. His torture was a performance designed to break the man who dared to threaten the king's bottom line. Then came the anomaly amidst the carnage. A figure emerged from the shadows, a man who bore Kevin's face, his eyes, his scars, and the chaos of the riverfront. They were both reported drowned, a convenient end to a messy problem. The truth, however, was buried in the sterile, secret halls of a facility that shouldn't exist. Kevin St. Patrick was recovered, split, broken, barely clinging to life, but he was not alone. The double-sided vigilante, the truth that seeps out is a terrifying one. Rich isn't just one person anymore. The man who tried to save him wasn't just a brother or a stranger. He was a biological duplicate, a second side created by the very people who butchered the others. Rich's survival is the syndicate's greatest failure. He'd emerged from the hospital not just as a survivor, but as a dual-coded vigilante. He possesses the fractured memories of his own trauma and the cold, calculated training of the entity that tried to replace him. He is now two sides of the same coin. The vengeful brother, the side of him driven by the raw, human grief of losing his siblings. The synthetic weapon, the side of him that operates with the mechanical precision of a state-funded assassin. He haunts the streets of Columbus like a ghost, hunting the king of the syndicate. He knows the system that created him is still active, and he knows that the only way to stop the machine is to burn it to the ground from both sides at once. He isn't just looking for his siblings anymore. He is looking for the king who thinks he's finished the job. Kevin is the living evidence that the state's greatest experiment didn't create a slave, it created a predator. I have updated the Nexus Universe archives to include these detailed profiles from Kevin Keys, Ed Patrick, and Christopher Rich Hopkins. A sock off Kevin Keys, Ted Patrick. Born at Grand Hospital, raised in the D-Block, Keys established his reputation in the short north and expanded his influence throughout the south side. Associated with Jay Money, Rich Stratton, and Jay with the finger. Power. Keys possesses the ability to create clones of himself to generate multiple duplicates. He must lack eyes with a target. This eye contact forcibly transforms the individual into a controlled duplicate of Keys. The psychological toll. He exerts total control over these duplicates. Once his objective is complete, he either forces the victim to terminate themselves or releases them upon release. The victim returns to their original form with no memory of their time under his influence. Known for his charismatic charm, he navigates the streets with an asymmetrical view of good and bad. A perspective honed by his upbringing and his unique, often frightening abilities. The 14th child who fell through the cracks of a corrupt state system. His search for his missing siblings revealed a horrific truth. They were being systematically erased as commodities by a human trafficking syndicate led by the king. The origin of the anomaly. During a brutal kidnapping and torture session, Rich was dismantled by the syndicate. He was saved by and then merged with a biological duplicate of himself. A state-funded experiment designed to replace him. The dual nature. Rich is now a single entity housing two distinct modes of operation. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Nickname is Keys and Kevo. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Nickname is Keezer Kevo. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin's Keezer Kevo. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin's name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin's Keezer Kevo. Name Kevin St. Patrick. Name Kevin's Keezer Kevo. Name Kevin's Keezer Kevo. Name Kevin's Keezer Kevo. Name Kevin St. Patrick.